My mom was pounding on my apartment door, screaming that I owed her family money. She thought she could scare me into handing over cash. What she didn't know was I'd already built the one thing she can't bully: proof. When I was 6, I woke up at 5 a.m. and cleaned the entire house. I wanted them to see it and be proud. My dad stared at the TV like I wasn't there. My mom wrinkled her nose and said, "Go change, you smell." That was the pattern. I chased love. They acted like love was something I hadn't earned yet. At 23, I was enrolling in college and my parents finally said the quiet part out loud. They wanted me out of state so I'd be out of their lives. I teared up. My dad snapped, "Man up." I packed that night and spent the summer on a friend's couch, hurt but relieved. 5 years later, right before graduation, they reached out after 2 years of silence. "We're proud of you," my mom texted. "Can we come?" I said yes instantly. I cried when I saw them clapping in the crowd like normal parents. 4 days later, my mom emailed me a receipt for their trip. Flights, luxury hotel, wine, Ubers, total $3,235. No congratulations, just a demand to pay it. My stomach turned hard enough I thought I'd throw up, so I paid it to erase the hook. I wrote a check for the exact amount and added $1 extra. Then I sent one message I'd held back my entire life. "You neglected me, you used me, and this is emotional abuse." And at the end, I lied on purpose. I told them I'd become a self-made millionaire. I said I'd been planning to buy them a trip, maybe even a retirement house someday, but not anymore. Then I blocked them. They believed the lie. A few days later, I walked into my living room and found my parents sitting on my couch like they paid rent. My roommate looked trapped. My mom popped up with a smile and tried to hug me. "Sweetie, misunderstanding," she said. My dad didn't smile. He was quietly taking photos of my apartment and the mail on my counter. The second my roommate left, their faces changed. My dad leaned forward. "You made us look bad," he said. "Everyone thinks you're rich." My mom added, "Fix it, help us out, and we'll tell people it was all a mix-up." Then they named their price, $50,000. "A small loan," my dad said. I stared at them. "I'm not a millionaire. I made that up because you tried to invoice my graduation." My mom's smile snapped off. Cold eyes. "Same look from my childhood. We can make your life difficult," she said. "Your employer might hear about your teenage issues." I didn't even have any. They were bluffing. I tapped my smartwatch and started recording. "I'm recording," I said. "Say that again." Their expressions flipped like a switch. Suddenly they were worried parents who just wanted to reconnect. My dad started backing toward the door. Then my mom went full theater. She grabbed her chest. She slid down the wall. She gasped. My heart. My dad dropped to his knees beside her. I called 911. The EMTs rushed in. They checked her pulse. They asked questions she couldn't fake. They looked at me and said her vitals were normal. "Panic attack," one of them said. My mom sat up like nothing happened. She refused the hospital. Miracle recovery. My dad gave me a look that said, "We'll try something else." I opened the door and pointed. "Leave, now." That night, my bank flagged an attempted login from their home state. That was the moment I understood this wasn't about feelings. It was about access. A few calls later, my accounts were locked down and my lawyer was involved. And then the real motive surfaced. A small trust my grandmother set up for me that unlocked when I turned 25, $30,000. That's what my parents' pride was worth. My grandma believed me immediately. She got paperwork notarized, locked the trust tight, and told me, "Your mother has been doing this to people for years." Together, we built the file. Every threat, every lie, every stunt. When I got home, we sent the nuclear warning, one more contact, and sealed evidence packets would go to their pastor, their neighbors, and my dad's boss, the people they perform for. So when my mom showed up at my door today, banging and demanding money, I didn't open it. I didn't argue. I just spoke through the wood. "You want to keep pretending you're the victim?" I said. "Touch my life again and everyone learns the truth." Silence. For the first time, it wasn't me begging for love. It was her realizing she'd finally run out of leverage.